welcome to Like Pace Way. This is Shares. I hope you're all doing well. Let's see what comes through for you today. All my messages are timeless, so I trust whenever you were guided to one of my videos that there'll be a message in there for you. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. And you can also flip the roles if needed. So, you know, I could be reading it as if with what I'm reading, that could be the other person, you know, so flip the roles. There's no gender in tarot because we all hold masculine and feminine energies. So let's see what comes. They're all jumping at me today. Let's see what comes out. So August. Cup. You should accept valid criticism. It's too early. It's too early. Yeah. So this increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Nest. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. Okay. And one more. Whoa, that was way too many. That is way too many. But on the floor, we do have Fly, a period of ill health and depression. Underneath the deck, Funnel, period of frustration, lessons to be learned. So what we've got here is this month you should accept valid criticism. So this criticism that's come through, maybe you've taken it to heart, taken it the wrong way. Emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. So you are very family orientated, so possibly someone has criticized your family, the way you do things. With goldfish here, I'm getting possibly, you know, some of you could be on, like myself, you could be on a spiritual journey, you know, there could be some differences there, and that is possibly, you know, what was criticized, the way you do things. You know, you could be a lot different, you know, than what society classes as normal. So, but this is definitely a test. Definitely a test. I know a lot of people, you know, when they're criticized and stuff and they take it to heart, they could possibly give up. I was criticized on my spiritual journey when I first started, especially people in my neighborhood. I was deemed as crazy and stuff like that, and I used to read tarot on another platform, and I stopped because, you know, people thought I was crazy, they thought I was mentally ill, and they even, you know, they was watching my family to see if, you know, I was a risk to my children. But, you know, the spirit, the lifestyle, I still had that, you know, I still, even though I sort of like hid it from closed doors, well, behind closed doors, should I say, I still had a mustard seed of faith. This is, and you know, I didn't let it get me down. I just wasn't open with it like I am now. So yeah, maybe some of you are dealing with something similar. So let's see. We have the Five of Wands. Yeah, so there's some conflict. I'm getting inner conflict here, but it could be conflict with others that don't agree with you. Leo energy. Yeah, so there's bravery here. Bravery. Standing up for, you know, what you believe in. I'm fighting for it, but, you know, don't get too much in a fight. Don't fight too much. You know, it can, fighting, it can turn nasty. You need to learn when to walk away. Two of Swords reverse. So this is not willing to compromise, being overlooked, and confusion. But Moon in Libra. Yeah, something isn't fair here. Something is not fair. Yeah, and you know, your instincts and your balance is off kilter, because you're finding that the situation that you're fighting for is not fair. We have the Star. So there is hope. Having faith. Some of you could be in the spotlight. I feel like I'm reading myself here, but there's obviously someone out there that needs to hear this. What's this one on the floor? Six of Pentacles. Yeah, there's hope that you can bring things into balance. You know, your heart is in the right place. You want to help others. You know, you're very generous and you want to help others, and your heart is in the right place, but for some reason you're being criticized for it. Perhaps you may be a little bit overgiving, and you know, if you are putting yourself out there online, you may be oversharing. You know, you can help people and you can share your story, but there's a need to, you know, not overshare too much. Because I've said this, I'm sure I've said this in another reading, you do not know who is watching you. You don't know who is watching you. You don't know who is behind the screen. So there's a need to, you know, have boundaries, you know, with with people around you, but also online, and who, you know, how much you're oversharing about your personal life. It's okay to share if it's genuinely gonna help someone, but you know, there's a fine line. This is Moon in Taurus. Yeah, you're very dependable and you're very persistent. Yeah, Six of Wands. 6-6 could be significant to you. Again, you know, you're persistent, and because, you know, some of you, you haven't lost hope, you haven't lost faith, even though there's all this confusion and imbalance with you, you know, because of conflict. You've not lost faith, and because of that, you know, because you've kept that mustard seed of faith, and you've still kept your heart, and you're still getting out there, sharing your gifts, sharing your talent and knowledge. You're going to be successful, you're going to be victorious. You know, you are going to see an increase in material wealth and spiritual growth for this. And there's a sense of freedom, because we've got the eagle here. There's a sense of freedom. And, you know, sometimes, you know, everyone has a different perception of you. And it's just finding the right audience, the right people. You can't win them all. I've just seen 12-12. You can't win them all. The Hanged Man reversed. There's a need to, some of you almost lost desire for your, you know, your passion, the path that you was on. You almost lost desire, but you literally, you hung, there was a mustard seed of faith here. Mustard seed of faith. Some of you on through, you know, through this journey, through this conflict, and you found out, you know, that people that you thought was for you, you know, they wasn't. Giving traitor energy. Some of you have really felt like a victim. You've had that victim mentality, and it's kept you stuck. There's a need to rest, pause for a moment. And some of you could have been, you know, you could have been, you know, in a state of pause. You still may be there, holding on to this hope. On the floor again. We've got the Queen of Pentacles underneath the deck. The Three of Swords reversed. Yeah, some of you, you know, this fighting and, you know, this imbalance, this inner conflict of fighting with others, It's really got you down. But you are recovering. You are recovering, and you're releasing yourself, you know, from your own mindset as well as the mindset of others. You know, accepting that, you know, you're not going to win them all. You're not going to win them all. Accepting that. Releasing yourself from, you know, you are going to have haters. You are going to have haters, but, you know, the ones that will align with you, they'll outweigh the ones that don't, if that makes sense. Then we have, yeah, the Ten of Wands. And once you come to a realization that, you know, you can't win them all, you will be able to release this burden. But for the time being, you need to get that mindset right. Just whatever people say, just take it with a pinch of salt. Don't take everything to heart. Have those boundaries. A lot of this, because the 6, the 10, the 6 and the 10, that's the 4. So a lot of this could be coming from your own family. Yeah, your own family. And, you know, they're the worst critics. Apart from yourself, of course. The Ace of Swords. Yeah. There's a lack of clarity. You're being dishonest with yourself here. Some of you are believing the criticism. And we have the Lovers and half the deck on the floor. So I'm going to pause you for 1 second. I'm back. Half the deck on the floor. I'm going to have to, like, put something underneath to catch all the cards. Yeah, the Lovers. Yeah, there's a need here, you know, to just literally let the people that are criticising you, letting them go. You know, they're only going to hold you back. And once you've let them go, your own soul tribe, the people that actually, that you resonate with and they resonate with you, will come in. Some of you, because we was talking about family, because we had between these two, we've got the Four of Wands. So some of you, you know, for those that are not in a relationship at the moment, you could be, when you let all the negativity and the negative people, the naysayers go, you will align yourself with a partner that gets you. There'll be a strong bond between yourselves, and perhaps this is some of you that are already in a relationship. You know, the naysayers don't agree with your choice of partnership. But there's a deep love there, so why are you bothered what other people say? Yeah, the Four of Cups reverse. This is about taking action. Moon in Cancer. Taking action to, you know, protect yourself. Protecting yourself, protecting your path that you're on, your journey. And, you know, protecting, because it's next to the Lovers here. And there's like a shield around them. An auric shield. So yeah, some of you need to protect your relationship. Put those boundaries up with the naysayers, you know, stop oversharing, because some of you, that's coming up strong. Some of you are oversharing. You know, you don't need to overshare what's going on in your relationship with your partner. That's between you and your partner. The Nine of Wands reversed. Is that Sagittarius? Yeah, Sagittarius energy. Oh, and there we go. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't keep hold of anything today. Yeah, so with that, just let the negative stuff fall away. Just let it fall away. Stay optimistic. Yeah, some of you, you're coming out of isolation now. Some of you have really, I'm getting, for some of you, you've really isolated yourself. And it's, you're coming out of isolation now. You still have faith and hope. But there's, there is a need to put boundaries up, because when the Nine of Wands is in the upright, it's boundaries. So some of you are still lacking boundaries, and there's a real need to put those boundaries up. Then we have an Ace of Cups underneath the deck. So that's, it's funny because I had a dream about a baby shower last night. So, and it's right in the centre on top of the Lovers. So if you're in a relationship, some of you could be finding out that you're pregnant, so congratulations. Some of you could be getting engaged, but I'm getting, because I had a dream about a baby shower last night, so this is definitely a new baby. So congratulations. Yeah, but this is all about a new beginning, that's self-love. And self-love means boundaries. Boundaries. Yeah, just accept valid criticism, let everything go. Don't take things to heart. Take it with a pinch of salt. Do not overshare. There's a need for boundaries, and you will see an increase in material wealth and spiritual growth. I'm going to leave that there. If this resonates with you and you like how I read, hit the like button and subscribe, and I shall see you all again soon. Bye.